Hello, and happy Friday. Oh, I've been in the glorious Perth. The glorious Perth. It's fucking hot. I don't know how anyone lives here. I tell you, if I lived here, I would be just melted onto the footpath. It's very warm. Very, very warm. But I had a lovely time. I've been speaking to some gorgeous women. I ran a workshop and I had a keynote yesterday. Oh my God. On my perfect topic. I was talking about personal power. How good was that? And you know what happened is I spent all morning writing a whole lot of new stuff for this keynote. I was really excited about it. And because I had a whole day with these women in a workshop. And then I was like, now I've spent a whole day marinating in their problems. I just want to create something new. So I got up early, which wasn't hard because I was kind of in Australian time and I'm living in Perth. So anyway, I was fucking up in the middle of the night. And then I thought, right. So I started writing this new keynote. And then I got in a taxi to get to the location. And the location was a bloody sports arena, which is not my usual habitat. Is it? No, Lisa's not that comfortable in sports arenas. I don't fucking like queues. I don't like sport. I don't like places that have 12 gates. I've got no interest in go to gate G and then find door 7 and really? Like what a fucking pain in the ass. I like a building with one door. Call me old-fashioned. But anyway, so I had to get there and I ended up with this prick of a taxi driver, just a prick. And he said, he stopped and I looked up and went, no, this is not where I'm going. I need to go to gate, I don't know, whatever. And he's like, this is it, love, this is where you're going. And I went, no, it's not where I'm going because I'm carrying a box of books, I'm in heels and I have a briefcase. So I need you to go over closer to the ear. And he's like, I can't. I said, no, what I need from you right now is to drive closer to that building. So if you'd like to just drive around, I'm paying for your time. If you just want to drive a bit further around and let's see if we can get closer. No, you can't. I said, no, I think it's possible that we could get closer because I was here yesterday and yesterday the taxi driver was a shitload closer than you are right now. He's like, it's not going to work, love. It's not how it goes. A, I'm not your love. B, oh my God. And I was like, I wanted to say to him, okay, look here, little man. I don't think you know who you're dealing with. I've just spent 3 hours preparing a keynote on personal fucking power. So don't come at me telling me you know more than I know about where I'm going, you silly little prick. Anyway, I didn't say that. I said, if you'd just like to drive over further, that would be great. And I put on this really nice customer service voice where I'm like, it would be really amazing if you could just head over that way. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. He didn't know I was being a passive-aggressive asshole. But anyway, we got there and we were closer. And he goes, oh, yeah, this is a bit closer. No apology. No, sorry, love. No, he didn't say that. This is a bit closer. I said, yes, it is. Thank you very much for your service. Fuck off. Anyway, then I got in the room. Oh, my God. And I was with all my people. And I had all these beautiful women who, I just love working with capable people, like people who are so fucking smart. And, some industries you go into and people are just so capable, right? And it's like all of these women are extraordinary. None of them, so they were all executive assistants. So they're all literally running companies, but without the title or the big office, running around with fuckwits saying things to them like, could you get me coffee? When actually they know more about the company than anyone else in the building. They're really smart and they're looking after everyone and they're running everything behind the scenes. And, if you're a really good leader, you know how important your EA is, right? And I had someone say to me, do you have an EA? And I was like, no, I have a fucking manager because Michaela's my manager because I need managing. Like, I don't need an assistant. I need someone to go, Lisa, you need to be here and you need to do this. And I've done that and you need to do that. I'm like, I need power because when you're powerful, you need more power in your life. And you kind of sniff out a lack of power as a bit of weakness, I think. So I shared with these women yesterday my 5 favourite power statements. These are my 5 favourite power statements. So I thought I might share them with you because I really like them. And the first one is what I need from you right now is. So it's like what I need from you right now is to pick up your shoes because I keep tripping over them, if that's what you got to say to someone at home. Or what I need from you right now is the figures for our next meeting ahead of time because you're making my life difficult, by not giving me those figures. So it's like, what I need from you right now is, isn't that so good? Just think about all the people you could say that to. What do you need from anyone? You're like, what I need from you right now is a compliment because I look so fucking hot. I'd like someone to notice. Imagine saying that. There you go. What I need from you is to cook dinner tonight because I'm completely fried and the thought of boiling a potato just makes my knees go weak. So, what are we going to do about that? I love that. The second one is it possible? And I think is it possible is one of the most beautiful phrases around. And Gabrielle Dolan, who's a speaker in Melbourne, taught me about this. She was at a resort and a woman next to her just kept saying, "Is it possible? Would it be possible? Would it be possible?" And she noticed, she's a big fan of language, and she noticed the way the staff were all going, yes, no problem, and just doing everything this woman wanted. And all she was saying over and over, turns out it was Drew Barrymore. So Drew Barrymore was sitting beside the pool. And obviously when you're famous, anyone knows who you are, you probably don't want to be a bitch. And so you have to be uber polite. Otherwise, like, Drew Barrymore was rude to me, But I think I like that phrase, is it possible? Because people, if you say, is it possible for me not to come into work on Thursday? People go, yeah, no, actually that's possible. But if you go, can I have Thursday off? It's got a different vibe to it. So it's more powerful to say, is it possible for me to come in an hour later tomorrow morning? Is it possible for you to call in on your way home and pick up some eggs? Is it possible? I like that one. I'll come back to you as one of the most powerful statements. And people go, oh no, it's more efficient to just go yes, no, and get things done. But I like the idea of I'll come back to you. And Brené Brown, recently I saw a post she did about a boundary ring that she has. And so when someone asks her to do something, she twists a ring, I think it's 3 times, don't quote me, around on her finger to give herself some, before she answers, which gives herself some space. And I really like that. As someone who's I'm a yes person and I'm pretty yappy and I'm a bit of a people pleaser. And so learning that, my friend Leslie said to me, just put some space, get some space in it. Just go, can I come back to you? And then walk away. And then even on your way you're walking, you might go, actually, no, I will do that. Or no fucking way I'm doing that. Right. But instead of just going, oh yeah, and then walking out going, why did I say I'd do that? I don't want to do that. So I'll come back to you. I think one thing that women don't say enough of, and I say it all the time, is I think. We're not trained to think that the world wants to know what we think. Right? So men just walk around assuming everyone wants their fucking knowledge, generally. And that's not their fault. That's just how they were raised. They were raised by men who were taught that that was okay, who were raised by men who were taught that was okay, who were raised by men. It just goes back and back. It's no one's fault. And women generally have been told over the years, oh no, no one matters. No one cares what you think. Like, they don't want your opinion. They don't want your opinion. I'm like, maybe they do. Right? What if they did? And so I love that. My blog I write each week is called I've Been Thinking. And I just like it. So next time if someone's talking about something, just say, I think we should start on Wednesday. I think it would be better if we did that on Saturday. Because I think is a really powerful phrase. It's like I am or I will. It's got a really powerful, massive, powerful vibration around it. And then the fifth one is I don't agree. And I think sometimes it's really hard to not agree when you're in a meeting and someone's saying, oh, I think we should do this, I think we should do that. And you go, I don't think that's a good idea at all. But you don't want to be that bitch. You're not sure how to go about it. So just going, yeah, I don't agree. And then nothing, just pause. And then they'll say, oh, why not? What's wrong? And that gives you a bit of space to go. But sometimes you don't agree. And I think just get those words out. I don't agree. And they'll go, oh, why? Do you not think that's a good day? And you're like, well, I'm not sure, but it doesn't quite feel right. And then someone else will then probably, if there's more than, other person with you, will go, actually, I'm with Lisa. I don't think it's the right thing either. And you go, whew, glad I spoke up. Speaking up, man. If I can get more women to speak up and more men, just more people who don't speak up to speak up before I die, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy dead person. There we go. Nothing better than a happy dead person. You're going to be dead, you might as well be happy. I don't know where that came from. That's my quote for Friday.